Welcome to BK4K, a production of the University of Illinois Extension Peoria County 4-H program. Introducing the lovely Kate, the charming Demasius, the charismatic Koozie, the extraordinary Ethan, the awesome Allison, the man behind the camera, Jack, the one and only Luke, and the dynamic duo of Kurt and Corbin.
Hi, I'm Ethan, and welcome to the first episode of By Kids for Kids.
And hi, I'm Allison, and we're members of the BK4K crew, a video filmmaking 4-H club.
That's right, and one of the creations we are doing right now is the show, By Kids for Kids.
Our goal is to introduce you to fascinating people and bring you interesting stories and events happening in the local Peoria area.
And we'll also give you an insight on the many awesome 4-H clubs that we have all around Peoria.
Tonight, we are very pleased to debut our first show featuring the Peoria Rivermen hockey team.
No winter season in Peoria is complete without attending a Rivermen game.
And what a great season they've had. These games are very exciting.
Yes, they are.
Not to mention what a great bunch of players.
We were given the opportunity to meet the Rivermen team right after they had a long string of out-of-town winning games.
Also, we had the opportunity to interview the head coach as well as a few of the players the day they got back from their winning streak.
And now, it's our pleasure to introduce you to these Rivermen players.
Puck was free in the left corner. Adam Stewart came away with it, walked down the goal line, put a forehand up over Kershane with 16:56 left to go. It's now a 5-2 Rivermen lead.
What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in on this episode of BK4K. Today we are in the Rivermen locker room, and I'm interviewing Coach Gee. All right, thanks for doing this interview, Coach Gee.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yep. How you doing?
We're doing real well. The team just came back from a few weeks on the road, and the team's winning a lot, so everything's good in our world.
Right. So with your current win streak at 10, what does this mean to you as a coach and as a team?
Well, to us, it's about the playoffs. It's about getting getting better every single day until we get to the playoffs. So, of course, it's nice. 10-game winning streak, meaning the guys are playing well, they're following the system, and they're doing what they're supposed to do. But at the same time, for us, it's every day. We always talk about winning every day. We want to win the day every single day, even if it's practice day, game day, to make sure we get better. Our ultimate goal is winning the championship. So we want to get better until those playoffs start.
All right. Well, how does it feel to have played on the Rivermen and return to be the head coach?
It's a special feeling. You're lucky enough to play pro hockey, and then we get a chance to actually be a coach. Right. Also. It's a wonderful life, like you could say. I mean, you get to do what you love every single day. Not only when I was a player, but when I'm a coach, it's amazing that sometimes you're fortunate enough to actually do what you love all your life, and that's what I've been doing since I was 20 years old. So it's a pretty good life, pretty fortunate, pretty lucky, and I can't say enough with this organization. Right. When you bleed Rivermen, you bleed Rivermen, and that's what I have in my blood right now.
So going along with that, what inspired you to be the coach?
Actually, after I retired from my career, me and my good friend Steve Ortman bought part of the Peoria Mustangs, which is a junior team here in Peoria, and then we ran that for 3 years. And I knew at the last 4 or 5 years of my playing career I wanted to be a coach. I started writing up drills, the drills that I love, or the systems that I love, and I love the fact that teaching young men, teaching kids to get better, and that's what we do here in Peoria. I'm the director of hockey, also of Peoria Youth Hockey, so I get a chance to teach younger kids, and when I get here, it's younger men, but it's the same thing. It's just a great feeling to be able to teach hockey.
All right. So do you see yourself coaching in a higher league such as the AHL in the future, or just staying with the Rivermen?
My family's really happy here.
Right.
So right now, if they allow me to coach for a few more years, I'd love to stay here in Peoria. It's a great place. It's a great organization. But of course, it's human nature. You want to move up. You want to be the best at what you do, and the higher league is always an option. But right now, I'm really, really happy, and just really proud of being the Peoria Rivermen coach.
All right. So what goals and expectations does the team have for the remainder of the season?
Well, you get in the pro season, it's a long stretch of games, so you have to really put in effect everything from rest to preparation to everything else. So for us, like I said earlier, it's about getting ready for the playoffs, and it's about every single day making sure my players are in the best position to succeed. And when you put those players in the best position to succeed, usually they do, because when you get to the pro level, you have to work really hard to get there. So all those players have special talents. It's just about putting them in the right situation. That's what we try to do every single day.
Okay. So besides the Rivermen, did you play for any other team before you coached?
Yeah, I played for many teams. I played pro hockey for 14 years. I played from a few games in the NHL. I played mostly in the AHL, which is affiliate of the NHL. So I played there 14 years total. I played 6 years in Switzerland. I played, I think, seven years in the AHL, 1 year in the ECHL. And during that span, I played, I think, 4 or 5 games in the NHL. So I was pretty fortunate to play 14 years, played with great people, and I was lucky enough to have great coaches along the way. And when you have great coaches, you always try to, pick a little bit of every single coach, what you liked about them, what you did not like. So you don't put out there what you didn't like, and you put out there what you really enjoyed about those coaches, and that's what I try to do while teaching my young men.
Okay. So what is your favorite NHL team and why?
We grew up in Quebec. There's only Montreal Canadiens. They're actually Quebec Nordiques, but where I was, it was Montreal Canadiens. So ever since that day, it's been. Last night they played against the Blackhawks. Actually, I watched the whole game. So it's always been the Montreal Canadiens. But when you become a coach, you don't look at games the same way as players or normal fans do. We actually look at systems and what they did in this situation or that situation in neutral zone. So it becomes different watching an NHL game compared to when it used to be. But it's still Montreal Canadiens. Unfortunately, I'm in Peoria, Illinois, so I'm supposed to be a Blackhawk fan or a St. Louis Blues fan. But I'm still Montreal Canadian at heart.
All right. So who's your favorite hockey player of all time?
I had a few. Joe Sakic, who used to play for the Quebec Nordiques and the Colorado Avalanche. I really loved his style. He worked hard and always showed up in big games. And then I had Mark Messier also, who's more of a grinding type or leader type, which I really enjoyed also during my career. And from the age of 18, I was lucky enough to be captain of a junior team, and then my role was a lot of time a leadership role. So I really enjoyed watching Mark Messier and reading his stories, and how he brings the group together of players to make sure that they are successful every single year. So I would say Joe Sakic and Mark Messier had the biggest influence on me.
All right. So going off the track a little bit, if you could have any other job, what would it be?
I'd be playing hockey right now. No, if I had any other job, that's a tough one. I never really thought about it. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with being in the hockey world. Of course, the best part of my job, actually, I love teaching kids and young men, but I really, really enjoy the general manager part, the trades, the signing guys, the calling agents, the making sure you build that best team possible. So I love that general manager type of job that, you work with a salary cap, you work with agents, you work with players, and you try to build this special team coming together. So I would enjoy that part.
All right. So is there anything else you'd like to say to Peoria and the viewers watching?
No, right now we have a great thing going here in Peoria. Not only it's not only the winning streak, it's about the organization, about the, it's about also you try to bring a city together when you play hockey. Try to, in the wintertime, you only had really, the Rivermen. Of course, you have University at Bradley University, but the Peoria Rivermen are the big attraction right now. We get 3,000-4,000 a game, and you're trying to bring a city together while bringing a team together. So I just, I'd love for a lot of people in Peoria to come and enjoy our games, come here and cheer on these guys, because I'll tell you something, my players work hard every single day, game day, practice day, and we have a great thing going in Peoria, but for us to keep going that way, we need the fans to come in, because that's how you build an organization, that's how you build something. So I'd love to see more fans in the building. Of course, we have a good attendance right now, but I'd love to see more and more, because there's no better feeling for a player, for a coach, for an organization to play, coach in front of a great crowd, screaming, yelling. And at the same time, I think it brings everybody together, because our players get involved in the community, and I think it would bring Peoria all together, and that's what we need to keep going on.
Okay. Well, thanks for this interview, Coach Guy.
Absolute pleasure, my friend. Thank you so much.
Tic-tac-toe, well played. As they went to Callahan to the right circle. Looked like he had an open net, held it for an extra tick, then went extra backdoor. One more feed was just enough. As with 10:15 left to go in the second, it's now a 2-0 Rivermen lead.
All right, hi, Steve. Thanks for coming in. What position do you play?
I play left wing.
So you like that position, or
yeah,
you always
I like
played
it.
that position? Or?
Yeah. I played center growing up, but I switched over to left wing. Easier transition, easy. I like it.
All right. So how long have you been with the Rivermen?
This is my third season.
Your third season.
Yeah.
So you like it here in Peoria?
Love it.
Do you guys have a lot of when you're not in a game day or on a road trip? Do you guys have practices like every day, or is it like how's your?
I guess it depends what coach wants to do. Like today, Monday, we have off because we've been on the road for so long. Normally, when we have a bunch of practices and games like consecutively, coach likes to give us like a little bit of rest time. So today we have a day off. I came here to just get a little workout in and get some treatment, and hopefully be ready to go for the weekend.
So you guys are currently on a 10-game win streak right now. How does that feel for you as a team and just?
It's great. I mean, team's happy. I'm happy. Coach should be happy right now. I think we're pretty high right now, and we just want to keep it going.
All right, sounds good. Well, thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Mark Corbett came into the right wing. Just got a low-angle backhand off. Looked like it was stopped by Troyan initially. But the puck ended up in the goal, and with 5:38 left to play in the second, it's now a 3-0 Rivermen lead.
Thanks for coming in today and
Absolutely.
The interview. So you're a goaltender. How's that most pressure position?
A little bit, yeah. Because knowing at the end of the day that the puck's got to go through you to go in the net. But in terms of maybe pressure, I have a great group of guys in front of me that do all they can to hopefully make my job a lot easier when it comes to making the saves. So, I don't feel that much pressure knowing that I have a great team in front.
Yeah. So are you from Peoria?
Originally from New York, Long Island, New York. Born and raised there. Lived a slew of different places, playing juniors and going to high school and everything like that. So, kind of a world traveler around the States in terms of hockey. But I'm very grateful to be calling Peoria my home during the year.
So do you like traveling the road games?
Yeah, the travel on the road's fun. Being with 18 of your teammates and your good friends at all times, it's a blast. Some guys like Mark Corbett, he's kind of weird on the road. He's a different breed of a human being, but we all know him.
Yeah. So when you're at home and the fans have a big impact on how you play, or?
Absolutely. They definitely bring a lot of good energy into the rink. Sometimes when we're not having a couple good shifts or we might not be playing as well, the fans definitely influence, help us, get up and play a lot harder. Just to know we don't want to disappoint them is definitely a huge driving factor in some of our success.
So do you have a special on game days? Do you get prepared for the game a special way, or?
Oh yeah, I've had the same routine since I was about I think 18 or 19. I've been having the same routine since then. So it always starts off with a nice big box of macaroni and cheese as a pregame meal. Not a lot of people like to do that, but I like to keep it simple, back to my roots.
So do you have a special diet that you just because you're a hockey player, do you eat?
We tend to eat really well. You got to put good food into the body if you want to have it perform optimally. But sometimes we're like everyone else that we enjoy certain foods, and sometimes our physical activity level allows us to eat those foods. But there's nothing wrong every once in a while with just downing a whole box of Fruity Pebbles.
So being goalies, how is that different from your physical activity? Do you do the same thing as the rest of the team?
Not really. My movements and the way I play is definitely a lot different. I don't have a lot of forward and back skating like a lot of the players do. Everything's more contained, making sure everything's quick, stopping quick, side to side movement. So I have to definitely train a little bit different than the forwards. But at the same time, we all got to make sure we're in the best shape possible. So
did you start hockey knowing you wanted to be a goalie, or did
No, I started as a defenseman when I was a kid, and then I was actually a catcher in baseball and a soccer goalie. So I wanted to try it out. The way the brain is wired for goalies is a bit different, and I guess mine was wired a bit different.
Yeah. I know I probably couldn't be a goalie.
It's not as hard as people think, but it's a little bit harder than a lot of people realize.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks for the interview.
Absolutely,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Thank you.
They set the bottom of the right circle. And just like that, with 17 minutes left to go in the first period, a power play goal has put the Rivermen up 1-0 here early.
Okay, guys, so now we're here interviewing Mark. How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Thanks for having me.
So, what position do you play, starting off?
I play left shot, and I'm a defenseman.
Okay, how's that?
Good. Yeah, it's it's kind of a tough job, but I've been doing it my whole life, and kind of started at defense, and I just stuck with it.
Right. Really curious, just real quick, is there a lot of fights in hockey?
Yeah, it's I think it's getting away from the game a bit, but it's definitely still part of the game. It's how we stick up for each other, and
Right.
if there's a bad hit or something like that, then we kind of have to
we have to kind of all be one as a team and kind of help each other out.
Okay. So how do you feel about your season right now?
Good, obviously. I mean, it's we've won 10 in a row here, so it's going as good as it probably can go right now. And we have a great locker room here with a lot of good guys, and we can't really ask for much more right now.
Right. So what's the locker room life like?
It's good. We definitely have some characters in the room, and then we have our serious guys. But no, it's a great group of guys, and obviously all of us are away from home, so it's kind of like our family for the 8 months that we're here, and we're with each other pretty much 7 days a week, all the time.
All right. So I take it you don't have any other job outside of this being
No. We it's some people like to say our work day's kind of short, but with road trips and stuff like that, it kind of gets long on and tiring on the body and stuff like that.
Right. So did you play in high school or anything?
Yeah, actually, I started playing organized hockey when I was about 4 or 5 years old.
Wow.
And then I graduated from Ryerson University in Canada last year.
Right.
And this is my first full year pro, I guess you could say, in Peoria here.
Right. How does it feel to be on the road so much?
It's tough. I mean, obviously, we have a really good setup here in Peoria. We get treated really well on the road. Right now, we're currently in about a 3-week road trip right now. So we're just kind of finishing up this week. So it's been tiring. Obviously, it's hard, going hotel to hotel and city to city. But we're home for quite a bit in February and March, so it'll be nice to kind of just have our own beds and own routines.
Right. That's good, man. And do you aspire to move up in the league?
Yeah, absolutely. I think most of us are here. Kind of, this is a good stepping stone to the higher leagues, and obviously, this is my first year pro, so hopefully I can, play a couple more years and work my way up. But if it doesn't happen, I'm happy here in Peoria, and we have a really good group here.
Okay. Well, that's all from Mark. Thanks,
awesome.
man.
Thanks for having me.
Interview. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
What a great experience. And when we were interviewing them, it was so obvious to tell that they're very dedicated to the team, the sport, and their fans.
And also, one time on TV, I heard a sportscaster say that hockey players are the most down-to-earth and nicest bunch of guys. And after interviewing them, I can definitely agree with that.
We hope you enjoy meeting the Peoria Rivermen as much as we did.
Yeah, that was really fun.
And now to end our show, we'll share with you a quick 4-H report.
We look forward to seeing you on the next episode of By Kids for Kids.
Half kick. Ready? H! Hey! H! Hey! Stop! Hey! Shoot! Hey! Oh! Hey! Rook! Hey! Stay here. My name's Jim Hartman, and I am a 5th degree black belt in traditional Shotokan karate. I started my karate training back in 1980 as a freshman at Pekin High School. At the time, we had a high school karate club run by Sensei Rick Brewer, who I still train under to this day. And I started training then, and I've been training ever since. The 4-H program, karate program, was started by myself and Kathy Ludoff about 8 years ago. She asked me if I would be interested in teaching out here in Kickapoo, and I was like, sure. And so we started the program, and it's been going strong ever since. Every quarter, every semester, we have a new batch of kids that come in and begin their training here. And once they start training with the 4-H program, they become also members of the Central Illinois Shotokan Karate Association, which is our regional organization, which allows them to take belt rank tests and gives them the opportunity to train with other instructors from our area. Some of the benefits of traditional karate training is obviously a sense of self-confidence. We try to instill a sense of self-confidence in the students as they become more confident in their technique and their knowledge of karate. We start putting them out in front of the class to become like class leaders. We let them learn about leadership skills when they're out in front, leading the warm-ups, or if they're leading a basic class for the brand new students. And I think the other benefits obviously are better health, because we do train very hard. They are encouraged to think about the mindset that they need to have if they were ever involved in a self-defense confrontation, so that the techniques that they're learning have more of a sense of realism to them, instead of just practicing movements like a dance routine
We try to instill a sense of awareness of their surroundings and being able to take care of themselves, and I think those are the main benefits of karate training. I guess when you have been doing this as long as I have, you go out with your family and you have a student that you haven't seen because they've stopped training, but they have that remembrance of you. So I'll be out eating dinner with my family, and somebody will walk up to my table and they'll say, "Sensei Hartman, do you remember me?" And I'll have to kind of look. My memory's not that good. And they'll tell me, well, I trained with you, 20 years ago at the Pekin High Club, and I really wanted to thank you for everything that you taught me. I think that part right there is the most rewarding. The other thing that is really neat to watch, though, is as the kids grow, we've got several kids that have now become adults and have gone on to pursue careers in law enforcement, in the medical field, and they go on to college and they keep the everything that they've learned here as they go through the college, and they come out with they're making the dean's list. My daughter, who trained with us for a long time, ended up being magna cum laude of her college when she graduated. So I mean, the skills that they learn in karate don't just translate out into physical skills. It's the mental preparedness that they have to have, and the emotional preparedness, so that when they do leave here, they can go out and not be afraid of every little thing that they are going to encounter as they get older as adults. The main reason that you would want to have your kids take a karate class is, one, it gets them off the couch and it gets them active as far as moving around, stretching, strengthening exercises that we teach, and it gives them again a better sense of who they are, and a sense of self-confidence, a sense of self-awareness, awareness of their surroundings. It gives them a sense of determination. If they're really training hard, trying to get to that next belt rank, they're building that sense of determination and setting goals that they end up seeing themselves achieving. The benefits can go on and on for karate training. So yeah.
Ni, san, shi, go!
My name is Alex Pullin. I'm a 2AQ brown belt, and I got involved in 4-H karate actually when the spin club first started. What do I think I gained from karate? I think that it's very useful for a lot of things. I feel like it's helped me with self-discipline. I feel like it's helped me be motivated, a lot more motivated. It's definitely helped me stay consistent with other stuff. Being able to come to karate once a week, twice a week, whenever it is that I'm working out, really helps me regulate my schedule, which is a great thing. And learning self-defense skills and getting a chance to work out is all good too. Possibly one of the more rewarding things about taking this karate class is the chance to learn this self-defense. It's not easy, I'll say that, but it is so worth it. One of the reasons I think that other kids should join this karate class is partly because it builds awareness of your surroundings. That's absolutely huge in today's culture and in life in general, just to know what's going on around you. And then again, exercise is great, and learning self-defense, also very helpful. 4-H is great. It offers a lot of different projects, a lot of different experiences that you may not get to experience otherwise, and a ton of things that you can learn. They're all great. I've done a lot of them in my time in 4-H.
Ni, san, hey! Look where you're kicking. Shi, hey!
I am Nicholas Pullin. I have been in 4-H for maybe 9 years, and I have been in karate about 8. And I am a 4B or a purple belt. The hardest thing about karate is probably just to perseverance, because it's hard not to just not to quit, first day, but if you just keep on going, it'll pay off in the end. The most rewarding thing about karate is probably I wouldn't say being selfish, but more being confident in yourself, being able to defend yourself in any scenario, just about. Why I think kids should join karate is, number one, it's fun. Number two, you can gain a lot of thoughts from it, self-defense. Why I think other kids should join 4-H is it's also a good learning experience, good hands-on activities, and well, learning is fun.
Now get your heels lined up. The front foot should point straight ahead, longer.
My name is Kevin Odwalt, and I have been doing Shotokan Karate for about 25 years. I'm a 4th degree black belt. There's a number of benefits for younger students. Among those benefits are certainly increased coordination, physical fitness, focus, discipline. All of those things are very good. But another of the benefits is self-defense, because we teach them techniques that will actually work, and if they are being bullied or find themselves in a self-defense situation, they can actually use these techniques to hopefully save their lives. So in a typical karate class, first we start off very formally. We line up together by rank, and we bow. And we're not bowing to worship any deity or anything like that. We are bowing to show respect to each other. Respect is very important in karate, and we try to emphasize that to the students, because having a good attitude of respect in life will certainly help them go far. After we bow in and have some brief announcements, we will start off with some warm-ups. Warm-ups like you would see, say, in a PE class at school, touching toes, bouncing in place, that sort of thing, to make sure that we don't hurt ourselves as we are doing karate. And then we'll start in with basics typically, and we'll work on the basic forms, and punching, kicking, blocking. The advanced students have even more complicated basic forms where they actually do blocks and punches together. And then after that, we will typically go to kata. Kata is a series of movements strung together. It helps the students to learn to move in new and interesting ways, ways that they can use when defending themselves. And then after kata, typically we'll get into a little bit of sparring. Sometimes, especially for the younger, lower ranked students, it'll be very basic controlled drills. For the more advanced, older students, it'll be less controlled and a little bit more fun as they try to tag, if you will, their cohorts.